most catchy article to me, since I'm a sports person and whatnot. I saw this article about Michael Oher, and I thought to myself, what's Michael Oher talking about now? You know, we know he's already said the movie wasn't true, that wasn't really me, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, I see he's suing them for conservatorship. Well, because they had a conservatorship on him, and I'm thinking to myself, I thought he was adopted the whole time. So come to find out, he wasn't adopted. The Tuohys, I guess, I'm not going to say tricked him, but kind of made it seem like, hey, if you sign these papers right here in front of a judge, you know, and a conservatorship, because when you're 18 years old, you can't be adopted. You only can sign a conservatorship, which is not true in the state of Tennessee. You actually can be adopted over the age of 18, but they call it another term.
Well, I don't. Is that true though? Because I think 18 is the cap for any state.
Well,
why would you want to like adopt somebody who's 18 anyways? Like that's when you're kind of like considered like an adult. That's when you can leave a house, you can leave a home. You know, you don't have to even stay there like without a parent's consent. Like I'm 18 and I stay with my folks and I'm in like 12th grade and I'm like, deuces, I want to go get me an apartment. I don't want to stay here no more.
Right.
They can't do nothing about that when you're 18. So I don't know. We would have to look into that because I don't know. I feel like that sounds plausible for it to be a cap on 18 not being able to adopt.
But the thing that got me out of what I was reading in the article, the case of a conservatorship is a legal process by which a court appoints another person or persons to handle an incapacitated individual's affairs. You know, meaning you know, like he was slow or something like that. But what he repeats and tells us over and over and over again, that wasn't the case.
Right.
You know, he did great in school. He had other types of things going on. So he was not legally, but mentally capable of, you know, being an 18-year-old. Like you said, once you're 18, you out the house, you're a grown person, you know, by law, you're able to make adult decisions.
But at 10, though, for a few years there, he did spend some time in a mental institution.
Well, yes, this is true. And maybe they were taking that into account. And that's probably why the judge went ahead and signed off on it. But also, his mother was there in court as well.
It shows that Tennessee court records show that that Michael Oher was present at the hearing for the conservatorship, and his mother was also in there, and she signed off on the consent.
Right.
Which is weird because he says he didn't know anything about it. But like, dude, the court records are showing that you was at the hearing.
Right.
So maybe you are slow. Because I'm just saying, like,
you were there.
You were there.
Your mama too.
Yeah, like,
you know.
Yeah, so it's getting kind of weird when you break down all the facts. Now there's a two-part to it. So when we're talking about a conservatorship, all right. So not to back the Tuohys, but it does say that the Tuohys got the conservatorship not because they really wanted to control his money, but they said in order for them to take care of him and live in their house, you had to have, and without the adoption, since that couldn't fly, is that they needed to get insurance for him. So in order to get insurance, the conservatorship would allow them to be able to put him on their insurance. Because if you are living with somebody and you're saying that, hey, I'm responsible for you, I'm going to take care of you, it would make sense to say, well, we need to put you on insurance. Like, who you gonna call if he gets sick? You can't. His mom is on the street. She's a rockhead.
Well, that's what they're saying though. Basically, is you needed this so these schools will accept you because schools need a certain backing, I guess you would say, or some certain what's the word I'm looking for? Reaffirmation that he's good to go to this school down here at Ole Miss. Because, you know, that was their alma mater and they wanted him to go to that school. But the thing about it that the lawyers are saying for the Tuohys, first of all, they said, okay, we'll end the conservatorship. No problem.
We got the bread.
Yeah, we got the bread. He sold his company for...
Well, they went around creating top-notch restaurants and went selling them. And now they was worth like 300 mil or 600 mil, 300 mil.
Well, when he first initially sold all of his chains of stores and restaurants, everything, because he was doing so much stuff, $220 million.
Yeah.
They already had that.
They already had the bread.
When they got Oher. When they found him or whatever you want to call it, when they took him in, into the family. So,
and they receive multiple amounts less for the movie.
right.
The movie that they received, the money that they received was only in the 100,000.
Like it says, the Tuohys and their 2 biological children secured a deal with 20th Century Fox for $225,000 and 2.5% of all defined net proceeds that he has not received any money from.
And the son has only received, he said he received 50,000.
Right, over the whole lifetime.
Yeah.
Which is, we know that's false.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's shown in the records like how much y'all really got paid. And the thing about it is, Mike didn't get none.
Well,
but he part of the family though.
True. That was weird.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, so how did that happen?
That's the weird part. But the 50,000, it was only 250. So they might have said, here, you get 50 out of the 250.
No, that was per. The mama, the daddy, and both children all got $225,000 a piece for the proceeds from the movie.
Sure?
That's what the lawyers are saying, bro.
That's almost more than what they made the movie for. They wouldn't do that. Are you talking about back end?
Yeah, I'm saying, look, the Tuohys in there by the 20th Century Fox, $225,000 and 2.5% of all defined net proceeds.
Yeah.
So that means however much money the movie made worldwide box office, which it made $360 something million. That's 2.5%.
Yeah. Either way,
that's a lot of money.
He didn't get no bread.
He didn't get nothing.
He said he didn't get nothing.
Not a penny.
That's crazy.
That's the thing that gets me is like, okay.
And all they want is 15 mil, right?
That's all he's asking for back. But they're trying to say like, okay, cool, 15 mil. That's kind of like no problem. But
and we're in the conservatorship.
We weren't taking any money from you, but y'all do have a foundation.
Yeah.
Established.
They weren't taking no money, but they wasn't giving no money either.
They sure weren't.
How much was he making in the NFL?
He signed one of those big offensive lineman contracts, bro. I mean, I think throughout his playing career, he made upwards of $180 million. I think it was somewhere roughly. Mm-hmm. I could be off by 50 million or 100 million or something like that. But the thing about it that gets me is their relationship has been strained for years already. Now the Tuohys are saying, well, Michael Oher is just trying to, or what they call him, Big Mike, quote unquote, is just trying to start some stuff because he's got a book and he's on his book tour right now. So he's trying to build up some clout for himself. But you know what's so funny? They built up clout for themselves off of him for all those years. Oh, y'all are the family from the movie. Y'all are the family that adopted that boy. And they always, even in public, guess what they would always say, BK? Yeah, we adopted him. Mm-hmm. Did we ever in the public hear conservatorship? No, not till now.
Right.
We didn't even hear this. Now all we've ever thought is these people adopted Michael Oher.
Yeah.
The movie said that.
I didn't hear the word. I never heard the word until Britney Spears.
There you go. So
that's the first time I ain't gonna lie, that's the first time I ever heard that word.
And now
spoken.
She clearly was not in her right mind at the time. Her daddy stepped in and was like, yo, I need
and that was a reasonable situation because it was like, okay, she's not mentally stable, like you said in the definition. Mm-hmm. She needs somebody to manage her funds and her estate. Right.
Because she's not in the mental capacity to handle that amount of money because she's not responsible and she was a little aloof as
she was.
Yeah, she still
she
is.
Be on Instagram wilding.
Hey, look.
Hey, but real quick, it does say he signed a 5-year deal with Baltimore for $13 million and guaranteed 6, almost 7.
That was his first contract, right?
Yeah, almost 7, and then he got an annual salary of $2 million, 6.
Okay, over all those years, so he accrued.
Yeah,
upwards of $100 million.
Yes, but I think he's entitled to receive the money from the movie. I mean, that was a movie based on his likeness.
Yes, and so
didn't they use the actual name? What was his name in the movie?
Michael Oher. Well, they just called him Big Mike.
Big Mike,
because that was his nickname. But his name was everyone's names were in the movie. Their actual names. Yep. They didn't change names like some of the names have been changed for blah 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 reasons. They didn't do any of that. Mm-hmm. And they showed. You got to think about how bad they really made him look in that movie, dog. Like. He looked like he was slow, dumb. His mama was, obviously we know she was on drugs, okay. Mm. But dang.
Yeah, because I watch him in his interviews. I mean, seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah. I almost.
He just wrote a book.
Yeah. No, this ain't his first one.
Yeah.
This ain't his first book. This is his second or third book. You know what I'm saying? The boy got brains. He's been had brains.
Yeah.
So, and then I also was doing a little bit of digging the other day and found a couple of people on YouTube that were talking about him from back in the day. They was like, we called him Big Mike. They didn't call him Big Mike. We called him Big Mike because we in the community, even though it was the hood and everything like that, we had respect for him. He was taking care of the whole family. He was taking care of his mama. He was taking care of his brothers.
He's from Memphis?
Yeah. Yes, Memphis.
Yeah.
It was in Tennessee. So.
And Memphis ain't no joke.
Yeah. The hood, the projects, the slums had his back. Period. So that whole thing when she walked up, oh, blah, 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 acting all, they knew who she was. They was like, look, lady, the only thing we got with you, make sure you take care of this dude. They were saying that's how it really was. You know, not no, oh, why you trying to come up in our hood and try and take one of our boys? No, it was more so like
it's Hollywood though. You know,
exactly.
Hollywood gonna always make us not appear in the best representation. And then you already know white folks is good at profiting off of black bodies. So that's the way it looks for me. It looks fishy. Some of the stuff in the beginning that we were talking about kind of seems legit when you talk about, wait, okay, dude, you was at the hearing. You was there. So what's your beef?
Right.
So it's like sound like both of y'all lying.
Because,
be honest with you.
Like, who's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Because if he was smart, he was already smart, right? He's saying, look, I was capable of not having to sign a conservatorship.
Yeah.
All right. If you were capable of not having to sign one, you should have been capable enough to read thoroughly. I'm sure you had a lawyer. I hope you had a lawyer. No, he probably had their lawyer.
But still, though,
His
lying.
mama wasn't capable to.
He lying about not knowing about it, and I feel like they lying about something as far as that they withholding money because years later, like, okay, you should have been paid them. We'll give them the money. Why give them? Why say, oh, we'll let them off the conservatorship and give them the money after it's all come out?
Right.
Why didn't you handle this after he brought it up? See, because he brought it up to them already.
Yeah.
I think, as they say, he made a threat saying, well, if you don't give me the money, they're saying he's trying to extort them.
Right.
So if you don't give me the money, then I'm gonna go live with it. I'm gonna go to the press. And he did.
And that's exactly what he did.
And so one of them lying because at the same time, I just find it hard to believe that he didn't know about it, but also find it hard to believe. Really, I don't find it hard to believe because that seems like something they would do. Is why is he still on the conservatorship? He's a grown ass man.
Yeah, like why
dude,
still?
yeah.
Y'all should have nipped that in the bud as soon as he signed the contract with the NFL.
As soon as he went to college, no.
Yeah.
As soon as he went to college. As soon as
he signed them papers, which y'all say that's why y'all needed the conservatorship to get him into the school.
Yeah.
So if that's all y'all needed, that from what the Tuohys are saying,
in his defense, so go back in his defense. As soon as he signed an NFL deal and had his own bread in college, I could say, okay, yeah.
They wanted to take care of some things.
He could still stay on his insurance because
right.
if he didn't have any insurance and he got hurt, then who gonna pay for it?
Right. Okay.
So I would say up until he signed the contract that had his own money.
Yeah.
And was on the NFL's insurance.
Once he had an agent.
Yeah.
That's when it should have. The agent should have stepped in right then.
So 2021, he should have been. They should have been like, all right, let's
20 or 21 years old. Yeah.
You going to the NFL? Let's go ahead and go to the court and get rid of this conservatorship.
Because he got drafted early.
You're on your own.
And high.
Yeah.
High pick. You know what I'm saying? Like
first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blindside.
Yeah.
One of the best ever do it in the NFL too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, the boy was no scrub. It's just crazy, you know. And they just want to say he just trying to drum up attention for his book sales. Like, nah, man. Yeah. Y'all used this man for years.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the monetary figures are that y'all made off this man's name. Like, you know, image and likeness, his NIL basically, which y'all did.
Do they currently have a restaurant?
I don't know what they
Don't tell them how much money they
was. Who knows what
think about the profits they made if they had a restaurant, and now that the movie came out, people come to how people love to flock to stuff just because, like The Wire.
Yeah.
People flock to certain locations just because it's a popular location now.
Okay, these were Baltimore now.
These were the Tuohys at. It's their restaurant. Let's go just because it's the Tuohys. We might see them.
Yeah.
But you're not. But,
exactly.
Not like they're going to run it like they're running it every day, but people do that.
That's what they do.
So that's making money off of his name, technically. They could have been in there selling jerseys. Man,
that's what I'm saying. Come on, bro. Like, and that's what Michael Oher is upset about. He's like, yo, how much, with me still being under your conservatorship, how much did you profit off me for real?
Yeah.
And he's only saying, he must have found a number. He must have did some digging to come up with the 15 mil. You know what I'm saying? But still, that's a significant amount of money.
How long ago was that?
That he asked for that?
No, how long ago has it been since the movie to now? That 15 years?
Oh, at least.
When did Blindside come out?
I wish I had written that down. I forgot to write down the year that it actually came out.
2009.
Wow. So 13, 14 years.
So 15 mil a year, basically.
Basically.
That's why I want to know when the movie came out, because I was like, that was 15 years ago. He asking for $1 million a year.
I don't see a problem with that.
I don't either.
Because they probably did make $1 million.
I mean, they can give $1 million out their pocket.
That's what I'm saying.
Besides, taking money, giving the money that he was owed to for the movies or whatever, I would ask for a little bit more though.
Dude, why didn't he get not one penny from the movies? But is he lying about that though?
How much the dude that played Michael Oher made off the movie? If he made more money than Michael Oher, that sucks.
Well.